This will be for the Khan Academy exercise, Slope-intercept intro. So just some notes before we begin. The basic line equation is y equals mx plus b. All right, the letter m represents the slope, and the letter b represents the y-intercept. All right, the y-intercept is going to be the y-coordinate at x equals 0. All right, so let's say you have a graph, and this is the x-axis, and this is the y-axis. Okay, and you have the graph of a line. The y-intercept will be the point where the line crosses the y-axis. Okay, so the coordinates for this point, if you see on the x-axis, this right here is x equals 0. And the second letter, the y-coordinate, will be whatever the value of b is. All right, so b is going to be your y-intercept. And that is the y-coordinate, and the x-coordinate of the y-intercept is always 0, because the y-axis, the whole axis, is at the x-coordinate of 0. So I'll put y-intercept, and I'll put right here x equals 0. And that's at your y-intercept. All right, it says complete the equation of the line whose slope is -2 and y-intercept is 0, -8. All right, and they already wrote y equals. We just have to complete the equation. So we'll call the equation of a line that is going to be y equals mx plus b. All right, and we said m is representing the slope, and they said in the problem the slope was -2, so the -2 is going to go in place of m, and they say the y-intercept is 0, -8. So remember, for the y-intercept, the y-coordinate is the value for b, so the -8 goes in place of the b. Okay, you leave the y and the x alone when writing the line equation. So it's going to be y equals m, which is -2, times x plus b, and b is -8. So it's going to be plus -8, which is just -8, same thing. So you just click in the box. The y equals is already written. You only have to type -2x minus 8. All right, what is the slope of y equals 6x plus 2? So remember the line equation, y equals mx plus b. All right, as long as you have y equals, the slope is going to be the number that's multiplied by x. So we can see right here, the number that's multiplied by x is just 6. So that's going to be your slope. What is the y-intercept of y equals 1 plus 6x? All right, we do have y equals. And as far as mx plus b, all they did was reverse the mx and the b. Okay, all they did was switch it, which is fine because if you're adding numbers, the order doesn't matter. Okay, 1 plus 2 is going to be the same as 2 plus 1. Okay, same thing here. Instead of writing y equals mx plus b, they reverse the mx and the b. Okay, so if you wrote the b first and then plus mx, it's really the same thing, okay, because the order that you add numbers doesn't matter. Now we said the y-intercept we said the y-intercept is represented by the letter B. So which one in this equation is B? Well, we can clearly see that is the number 1. Okay? It's going to be the constant term with no variable, as long as it's in y equals form. Now remember, for y-intercept, the coordinate is going to be, the x-coordinate is going to be 0, and the y-coordinate is going to be B. Okay, but we said right here that B is 1, so it's going to be 0, 1. All right, and that's going to be the answer we look for. All right, it's not A, it's not B, it's not C, but it is D. Remember, the x-coordinate for the y-intercept is always going to be 0, and the value of the y-intercept B is going to be your y-coordinate. All right, what is the y-intercept of y equals 4x? So this is in the form of y equals mx plus b. Now you might be saying, well, I don't see the plus b on the end here of this equation. And really that's fine, because there's something very simple you can do here. To add 0 to any number doesn't change the number. Okay, so we can write 4x plus 0. Okay, it's still y equals 4x, because y equals 4x plus 0 changes nothing. All right, and now we can see the y-intercept is 0. Okay, so remember, for the coordinates for the y-intercept, the x is always 0, and the y-coordinate is your b. We can see right here that the value of b is 0. So that's it, 0, 0. All right, so that's it. And just remember, if there's no number in front of the x, for instance, let's say it's y equals x minus 8. If there's no number in front of the x, you can automatically put a 1 there, and you can say the slope equals 1. Okay, same thing if it's negative x. If you write y equals negative x, let's say negative x plus 2, you can just put a 1 there. All right, and the slope is negative 1 in that case. So just remember that in case there's no coefficient or number in front of the x.